Laura Root, and this is the PowerPoint on my action research proposal. This is just a proposal, and it's something that I've worked on all semester and will continue to work on through May, through the end of the school year with the kids here at Creekside. And reducing special education referrals by providing appropriate Tier 3 intervention is what my action research revolves around. So is there a problem here at Creekside? Students are not receiving appropriate Tier 3 intervention in the general education classroom, which is leading to increased special education referrals prior to receiving appropriate response to instruction or intervention, whichever one you want to call it. And when it says appropriate Tier 3 intervention, it mostly revolves around have general education teachers receive appropriate training for giving intervention, like Tier 3 behavior intervention. How many people have been trained for, like, from our BCBA or our behavior specialist on giving behavior interventions? And if you have not been trained on SPIRE and you're providing the interventions, those kind of things. A lot of this revolves around kindergarten and first grade. That's where my study is going to focus. We're looking at kindergarten because their number was the largest. They started with 16 at the very beginning of the school year on Tier 3. They're down to 14 because 2 have qualified for special education already. And it's compared to first grade, which had 4 and is down to 2 from the last time of the information that I've seen from that. So as my hypothesis, I'm going to say that first grade students are going to receive more appropriate intervention than kindergarten students because first grade is traveling to their intervention. They're traveling to somebody who has had maybe additional training in the area, or they're more likely to get the intervention, not just teach over into the intervention time, where kindergarten is not traveling, so they're more likely to continue in small group or whole group because they need the time. Okay. Different words we'll use during this are specialized, which is developed to fit an individual's academic or behavioral needs. Tier 2 and Tier 3. Tier 2 is specialized instruction following whole group to meet the needs of individuals who required an additional depth of information. And then Tier 3 is the group that's usually 5% or less, or should be 5% or less, that required the third depth of information. What does the research say? So after researching several different studies that have already been done, these were some of the things that stood out. The number of days providing intervention was not pertinent to the success of the student as the quality of the intervention. So a child could receive 5 days of intervention, but if it wasn't good intervention, then it didn't make a difference. Then if a student received 2 to 3 days and it was quality intervention, it made a larger difference. They had less referrals. Non-special education teachers have been identified, and this was self-identified. This was a survey from general education teachers about receiving pre-service preparation, like college classes. Like, I've received every class that we do has to do with intervention in special education, where most general education teachers receive ED or ED 500 or SPE 500, the blanket course of special education, any kind of providing services. This was what they said they did not feel they were prepared from the beginning for intervention because they weren't supposed to be providing the interventions from the beginning. And then the teachers indicated they had no training on data collection and were unsure how to use what they record or what to record. A lot of people, when they talk about behavior, they say, well, they're just misbehaving. Well, what does that mean? Misbehaving could mean getting out of their seat or hitting someone. That's a big difference. So it was collecting good data was something people were not confident in. The action plan, these were the things that I hope to provide during this plan, is especially for kindergarten teachers because they have the largest group, having them additional training from our BCBA, which is a behavior specialist, and our autism behavior specialist. We have 3 kindergarten teachers who have already been trained because they have previous students with IEPs. Work with the general education teachers on how to provide different instruction, and work with the reading coach on providing students with Tier 3 intervention, which our reading coach already does in the area of dyslexia. She sees several groups. So that's that means that group of people are getting their intervention instead of just going into the lesson and running out of time, so not getting it one day. Those people are traveling, they're getting that intervention, and it's more likely to